Everybody's at the record hop, rocking at the record hop. Everybody rocking at the record hop, baby.
Hey everybody, my name is William Burgonette. I'm an FAA safety team representative and also a drone pro. I'm here today with Fatnat FPV. She's an FPV pilot and she was curious about how to go from taking it from a hobby to a profession. One of the first things I would say to do in taking your hobby to a profession is to visit the FAA drone zone. Here you're going to find information on registration, steps you need to take or should take. If it's over 0.55 pounds, you definitely should register it no matter what. So that should be done even before you start to even think about a professional step anyway. From here I would say visit FAA.gov. FAA.gov, you're going to find all the information like we're going over today. Something else I would say to do is pick you up a ASA study guide. Again, it's going to have a lot of the same information that you found on the site as far as rules and regulations go, but it's all right here and it makes it easy to study. One of the main things I like about the ASA study guides is it helps break down the airspace for you. Airspace is a big deal for someone who isn't used to aviation, or especially looking at an aviation map. One of the things I like to advise people to do is use before you fly. It's an FAA website, or an app, I'm sorry. It works off of your GPS location, so you're able to see exactly where you are and if there's any airspace near you. You can see where we are right now, we're clear to fly other than the weather and the rain. Yeah, we're filming this in the rain. But it's worth it for the Drone Safety Awareness Week. Anyways, we're definitely in clear airspace out here. We're free to fly. But back to the book. Another thing besides an ASA study guide, using the apps, I would say to definitely get familiar with a navigational guide. Sectional guide is what this is. It has a key in the front which explains to you all the signal, or all the symbols, what they all mean, stuff like that, and allows you to get familiar with it. So when you go to take your test, you're not blown away because you've never seen that map before and you've only seen it, you know, via an app. Another big one that will hang people up, and I think I'd like to bring it up because it's something that you want to study on for that test, is the MEDARs, the weather reports. Again, it looks like alphabet soup if you look at it. You know, it's got all these letters and numbers everywhere, but like the ASA guide breaks it down for you. FAA.gov, I know they have a couple links on there as well to help you. And there's a smorgasbord of different approaches as far as studying goes. So, well, that in a nutshell is how I would advise somebody to take their hobby, you know, to the profession level. A lot of that, you know, there's a lot more to it, and FAA.gov is going to basically put all that together and you know, lay it out for you. But again, in a nutshell, those are the steps I would take. Is there anything you can think of that I might not have hit on that you were wondering?
Yeah, so flying by people. I see cinema videos on YouTube and they're flying close to people. What are the rules on that?
Well, yeah, I get Cinewhoop is a big thing. This right here is going to be what you're referring to, right? And you see it does have prop guards and stuff like that. Well, flying near people is definitely covered in Part 107. You can and you can't. So there's Part 107.39 that says you cannot fly over people. Now that means anybody that's not involved with the operation of flying the drone. So if you're not a spotter, if you're not a visual observer, if you're not the pilot, you don't want to be under that drone, and you don't really want your people under that drone, you know, anyways. But the rule states that no one outside of the operation of that drone can be underneath that while it's operating. Another one that this encompasses, 107.19. That says that the remote pilot in command must ensure that the small unmanned aircraft, sorry I'm reading this, I want to make sure I get it right, will pose no undue hazard to other people, other aircraft, or other property in the event of a loss of control, or the aircraft for any reason loses control. So a prop could break in flight, something could happen. So again, waivers are granted for different things like this. If you can explain to the FAA, the officials, basically how you have safety measures set up around, if the drone was to lose control. Again, this bird, or this drone right here is not a GPS drone, so GPS interference obviously couldn't affect it. But then again, I don't have that as a safety feature either. I can't just let go of the sticks, as well as that. I'm not gonna be able to let go of the sticks and have her sit in one spot. But we do have safety features, that as well as I do. We have safety features set into place where we can ensure that not to happen. You see it more common than not, but again, it is something you can get a waiver for, so don't think that you can't do it. It's like flying from a moving vehicle. You can do it in a sparsely populated area. Can you do it in Atlanta? I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, what if that thing, again, lost the prop? The battery came dislodged. You got a lot of, people down there, especially over highways, stuff like that. So definitely keep that in mind. You don't want to cause any undue hazard or harm to anybody or anything around you. Well, other than that, I'd say get to flying and let's do it safely. Thanks for watching.
Everybody's at the record hop, record hop.